What's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live on a very special Saturday afternoon. It's been a long day for me so far, but folks, we know what's up, we know what's coming, and we know what's just around the corner this upcoming Monday night. It is the one and only national championship, and I'm here with a very special guest, former co-host of the Unprofessional Sports Show, Mr. Tik Tok Chess Hall. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother?
Dude, I did the math.
You did the math? Okay.
It has been 132 days since you and I both did this show. That's a long time, man.
Well, guys, I know it's been a long time since we've done this show. We had to bring it back. The national title is Monday.
Yes,
you got the Crimson Tide against my Georgia Bulldogs. So we had to bring it back for you guys, man. We missed you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, man. Mm-hmm. So before we get into the actual game, man, just, it's been quite some time since we've done this show. Talk about what you've been doing on your channel, what you've seen from Georgia this year, and ultimately what's gotten them to the title game, and just anything you want to get out and clear the air about Georgia or your channel before we actually dive into it.
Well, not really much change on my channel. I hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, sir. Let's go, my man.
Thanks to everybody in the comment section. Appreciate you guys. I did a lot of game previews over the
golf.
And golf. I did a lot of game previews and stuff. I actually picked my team to go undefeated, which they did. Unfortunately, they lost to the Crimson Tide in the SEC title, but that doesn't matter because we're in the Natty. But man, I have missed this show. I remember when we first come up with it. We didn't come up with a name, but we had so many episodes. There's a playlist on my channel, and you're gonna troll me in 1980.
I had to get that in somewhere. I'll take it down. That's it.
You're good, brother. But I'm just happy to do the show and be on here, you buddy. I missed you. I love you. You're my best friend, and let's get this show on the freaking road, baby.
Heck yeah, man. Dude, yes, it is kind of weird though. I mean, when we started this, let's rewind, and I give props to guys like Neo, Celine, Carter. You go back and we had a lot of great guests on, and every now and then, like I know you and I have talked, and you're like, dude, hangout streams aren't gonna help your channel or anything. They're still fun though. We got an amazing community. But we just kind of cut back on guests after like the first season just because it got a little out of hand or whatever. But you and I work as a really good team on this show, and it's been a long time coming. I remember celebrating 1 year back in August, and, we kind of cut back on the show a little bit, and everyone knows whatever happened. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Like, there was no drama, but it was one of those where you said, dude, I just got to cut back on it. If you want to continue the show, great, but I'm stepping aside for a while. And I gave it a try. It went well, but I promised the people, like, by myself or not, like, season 4 is coming in January. I'm going to go ahead and just consider this the start of season 4. And what better way to kick it off than talking about our teams in the title game?
That's freaking amazing, Ballard. There was no drama between me and you whatsoever.
Yes, sir.
You're my brother from another mother. I love you. By the way, that's Jermaine Burton. By the way, you're gonna see him Monday. No drama whatsoever. Just cut the show back. Really wasn't feeling the vibes and everything like that. But I had fun doing the show. We had so many episodes. So many freaking guests, had so much fun on it. And what way to kick it off with the national freaking championship Monday, baby.
Woo!
Woo!
Ric Flair, man.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing. And if I remember, I've been saying since the offseason that Georgia's the team to beat this year. Give me one second.
You're good, buddy. What's up, Will? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Alan? Will says I'll be going live on my channel at 8:30 tonight. Let me go ahead and let me get you Will, let me go ahead and get your YouTube right quick so I can go to your channel and put that bell notification on. I'll be there tonight, Will. I will be there tonight, Will. I'll be in your comment section.
I'm back. But yeah, man, overall, cool. This show, it means a lot. And it's great to see our teams in the title game. And regardless, man, it's just great to have this at least back. At least we're giving it a try with this one. But, we have a lot of great guests and memories on it.
Hey, I'll say this, Ballard, and I'll keep this promise to you. It may not come back full time, but I'll promise the people this right here. This is not the last time that I'll be on the Unprofessional Sports Show.
Yeah,
I promise you that. I'll make that promise, and by gosh, I'm gonna keep that promise.
Yeah, man, for sure. But let's get into this game, man. So, Alabama and Georgia. It seems like it's an annual thing almost with how much we talk about it. You got Kirby Smart, you got Nick Saban. Nick Saban, we know what he's done. Kirby Smart, I'd say slowly rising. I always say that about any coach, but I mean, he's been the head coach since 2016? He took him to a title in his second year. It happened very fast, but he didn't take over he didn't take over a program with a lot of issues. Mark Richt did a lot for you guys. He just kind of was the guy to truly put it all together and know what to do with it. And of course, we know all about Coach Saban. It seems like he's not going away anytime soon. I know y'all want it, but you can't deny what he's done at Alabama.
No, I cannot. Nick Saban is the master, and until you beat the master, you'll always be second fiddle.
Yep.
That's how I always look at it. I'll give Nick Saban his due. You won't hear anything out of me about talking crap about Nick Saban. Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach of all time, and I would go down and say that I think Kirby's one of his greatest assistants ever. If I'm going to be honest with you right now.
Yeah, I mean I would say him and Jimbo Fisher, right?
Yes.
And what's so funny, I think we not that we completely forget it, but I've come on here and I've said I think Jimbo's the better assistant than Kirby is, which there isn't a really good argument to be made. I mean, he's already won a title.
Yeah.
His recruiting and everything. But you got to think he's been a head coach a lot longer. But also, it's fair to say, as of this year, I mean, he did become the assistant to get Nick Saban. And I know we talked a lot about Kirby's in the best position to do it, which I would agree that he is in the best position to do it. And I think that he still is, with how his team is, yes, he's still that, he's still in that best position. But since Jimbo's already taken care of it, I mean, it's like one of those – he wants to be the next one.
I definitely agree with you. So, when Kirby first come in, Kirby didn't come in like Nick Saban did.
Right.
Nick Saban came into Alabama, and he didn't have any good recruits, nothing like that. And y'all lost to who did y'all lose to his first year? I forgot. I used to clown you about it.
ULM.
Not being a jerk. I'm not.
No, I got you. We lost to a few teams, but you used to always clown about, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we even took y'all to overtime and beat y'all. That's the last time we beat y'all was 2007. So
Matt Stafford.
Nick, Matt Stafford. Nick and Kirby, they're not similar whatsoever. But Kirby wasn't hurt when he come in at UGA. Mark Richt did a lot of good recruiting. It's just Mark Richt didn't have the passion and the fire that Kirby Smart had. Mark Richt had that good guy attitude. Let's get it, guys. We can get it done. Kirby Smart's got that killer instinct, and that's what
Yep.
UGA needed. But he just needs to buckle down and win the big one. And maybe he can do it Monday. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I've said this week, and I know that I'm wrong. Like this, I don't know if he'll have another team or a better chance to win it here, but it's clear, like, if he doesn't win this, he's not going to get fired. He's not going to go away.
No.
And, I mean, he could still have an opportunity down the road to win a title for Georgia, obviously, if he can continue recruiting. I doubt losing this game messes with his confidence or anything, but it's clear that if there's any chance you got to take, do it now, because they've come so far with hype and everything, but just in general, we know they're that good. It's like this is that kind of season. They've come this far. You can't pass this up.
Yeah, you got to strike when the iron's hot.
Right.
And the iron's hot. Bama, believe it or not, Bama was not picked to go to the national title this year. This is probably
not by me.
Now, would you agree that this is one of the weakest Alabama teams you've seen in a long time?
It's not. I mean,
not being
I even have no. I agree with you, and it's one of the most inconsistent too, because I know I've said some things about Bryce Young. I do think that he did deserve the Heisman, but let's be honest, man. Some receivers, like it's not like when we had Judy and Ruggs and Devontae Smith and all those guys. It's not like that. This is one of the worst jobs for the offensive line that I've seen. The inconsistency has killed us at times. I mean, that's why we didn't score as much on Florida. The defense has, like, dude, it kills me. And I know you Georgia fans want to say, well, because Kirby left, and maybe that's it. But Saban brought Kirby to the point that he is now. You can't deny that. He did learn from Nick Saban. But, look, I miss those days where defense was king in Tuscaloosa. I love the explosive offense, but man, I miss the drag you through the mud nose tackles that hit hard that we had.
Yeah, I mean,
I want us to get back to that.
Yeah, Bama used to be known for their defense. Now, don't get me wrong; they're a great team.
Yeah,
I mean, they're an amazing team. Bryce Young is probably, I'd say I think he's better than Mac Jones so far in a way.
Yeah, I could say
he has aspects to his game that Mac Jones didn't. He's very shifty and can move. I think that Bryce Young, you guys got I don't know why I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it. I think you guys got a 2-time Heisman winner on your team. I think Bryce Young might win the Heisman before he leaves again, and I'm not even joking.
And keep your eye out. Keep your eye out on our recruiting too. I don't know if you've seen this guy yet, but it's not over at the quarterback position after he leaves. We just brought in another 5-star. I know you guys brought in Gunnar Stockton, and you have guys in the back room like Vandergriff, but we'll save you your trouble today and not talk about the quarterback situation with Georgia. But after Bryce is gone, we have a 5-star in Ty Simpson, but I would say that he's on track, and out of nowhere, like I knew he'd be good this year. I didn't expect this. And I know I've said some things like Bryce is the issue or what. He hasn't really been the issue. The issue for the offense in games like Auburn or whatever have been young receivers just not wanting to catch the ball, or depleted O-line, or play calling by Bill O'Brien. It's not Bryce. You can never really blame the court. He's definitely making a good effort, and even when we look bad, he still looks great, and it's incredible.
Yeah, Bryce makes plays. He makes chicken salad out of chicken crap. Like, legitimately, like during the SEC title game, I'll say this: during the SEC title game, they had a play where we had him sacked, and he shovel passed the ball off. What quarterback thinks of that? This kid,
I don't know,
was meant
Jalen Milroe too. Thanks, Jeff.
This kid was meant to be the starting quarterback at Alabama. And I'm telling you, man, I think he's going to be a 2-time Heisman winner. I really do.
It's
I
a
honestly
great
think
it's
that.
a great possibility. So, but
Yes.
we'll have to wait and see. But
Yeah.
overall, man, good opening statements here. But I got 3 questions
Yeah.
for you, and then I got some key things that I want to mention myself, and we'll just kind of go from there. But
Uh-huh.
the first question that I have for you, when you
Yeah.
look at this season, when you
Mhm.
look at this season as a Georgia fan, and you compare this trip to the national title against Alabama, or it could be Oklahoma, it could be Ohio State, whoever. You're in the national title. When you
Yeah.
compare this time around and this season to get here versus 2017, what would you say, even if you lose this game, what has been the difference between those two teams, this one in 2017, and what has been the key to get you here this time?
Well, 2017, we wasn't picked to go to the national title or win it at all. 2017 was a shock. Any Georgia fan can sit there and tell you we were not meant to go to the national title in 2017. Yeah, we had a great defense, but we had one or two good guys on defense.
Yeah,
This year, we have multiple guys on defense, like you see with your Michigans. You know, they had Aiden Hutchinson. See, with Georgia, you got Jordan Davis, you got
yep,
Nakobe Dean, Keelan Ringo. I like when a defense has multiple players. Like they don't focus on one. Like yeah,
right,
they focus on Jordan Davis. I'll give him that because he's a beast. I mean, the dude's 300 something
absolutely,
pounds and runs 20 miles an hour. That's crazy. So I look back on this season and say that this is the greatest Georgia defense I've ever seen. It's not the best offense I've ever seen from Georgia, but it's the greatest
right.
defense. And my team did something that I picked them to do that I've never picked them to do and I've ever picked. And that's to go undefeated in the regular season. And I picked it. I picked them to go undefeated. And
And I think I
everybody,
saw too. I think I saw that after they beat Georgia Tech, or maybe they mentioned it in the SEC title game. But is that not the first time they've done that since 1980?
yes, it is. It's the first time since 1980.
And we know what happened.
Yeah, we won the national title in 1980. Beat,
Yeah,
beat, we beat them daggum Irish Notre Dame.
yeah, yeah. The second question that I had was okay. We know all about the defense. You could pick and choose whoever you want to. I think it starts with Jordan Davis, but when you look at the offense, I know Georgia fans like to sit there and say that you have quarterback issues or whatever, and I
Mhm.
don't know who the right guy is, but it seems like some stuff has been working out great with Stetson. But who would you say has been the key guy? Is it Stetson, or who are you looking at on the offense that's made it what it is this year, considering that they have struggled in years past?
That's easy, man. Brock Bowers.
There you
Brock
go.
Brock Bowers has came to Georgia and shown that he is a bad double ASS. He's one of the I put him in there at the top. I think he might be the top tight end in the country.
It
I'm not
might
even
not even be close, too.
I'm serious. He's probably the top tight end in the country, and he's just done amazing. He's definitely the heart and soul of Georgia. Like he's been a beast all year. Even like when we were in the SEC title game and y'all were beating the crap out of us, he bounced off 3 guys and still scored a touchdown. I mean, what
Yeah.
more can you ask from a tight end? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked like he had a pretty good game against Michigan too. He had 5 receptions for 55 yards. He only had one receiving touchdown. But then again, you also got to think that's kind of like Alabama. Not only have you guys figured out.
Oh, Ballard, I think you muted yourself, buddy. I think you muted yourself, Ballard. Ballard, are you there? Ballard, hello. Ballard. You can tell this is not a professional sports show, guys, because Ballard's not talking. Where'd you go, Ballard? Oh, you must be having some internet troubles there. Uh, so yeah, like I said, I think Brock Bowers. There he
Sorry
is.
about that.
Okay, we're good.
Good.
Yeah, we're good. We're happy. I don't know what
I didn't
happened.
even realize that it cut out. I was basically what I was trying to say was that um what's so great, Brock Bowers has led your offense, but you kind of got into the point of Alabama where um it's not just him, but Stetson has quite a few different targets to work with, but it seems like he's the key guy.
Yeah, he's the key guy, but of course, we got George Pickens back. Thank gosh.
Yeah.
Uh, we got Jermaine Burton, which is I thought Jermaine Burton was going to have a big year. He hasn't really had a big year, but is what it is. And what about James Cook, man? What a great running back to catch the ball out of the backfield. I mean, he's a freaking beast. You can say what you want about Stetson Bennett, but Stetson makes plays when he can. Even though he is short, and when he runs across the grass, his balls tickle the ground because he's so short. I don't care,
Yeah.
man. I don't care, man. I've realized the fact that Stetson Bennett's our quarterback, and if he gets it done against Bama, he gets it done. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. It is what it is. We went undefeated this year. I'm happy with the season. I won a 90 so bad I can't stand it. But
Yeah.
if we don't win it, at least we made it there, and we beat the hell out of Michigan on the way there. So there you go.
That's true, man. The third one that I had for you going back, so I asked you, like what this season meant to you, and how you compare it to 2017. I asked about the key guy that's made this year's offense pretty good. You seem to think that it's been Brock Bowers, even though, and like we mentioned, Stetson's got a lot of different targets to work with. The O line's been pretty solid too. But the third question I got for you is this, man. I know how badly you want that national title. All the Georgia fans want it, but man, you are the biggest dog fan that I think I've ever heard from, met in my life. There's going to be a day we're going to meet up in person for sure at
Oh,
some point.
definitely.
But you're a dog fan. If you win on Monday,
Yes.
other than being a loudmouth on YouTube, how are you going to celebrate the win?
Man, I'll probably cry like a big baby. I'll probably cry like a big ass baby.
There
It'll
you
be
go.
live. I'll cry like a baby, and I'll be happy, and I'll be a loudmouth for a day or two. But I'm not one to harp on it like certain people do. I'm not going to harp on it and say that Bama's a bad team and their poverty, defense or offense, whatever. Like that. I'm not like that. I'll be happy for us. I'll cry happy tears and be happy and go out and get a paper the
Yeah,
next
man.
day that has Georgia on it winning national title, frame it, and then it's on the next year. See if we can do it again. That's how I am, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And what's so great is that Kirby has, you know, it's his first time back since 2017, but he has still gotten teams in that position in SEC title games. He just hasn't been able to finish it off against teams like Bama and, of course, a year with LSU. It was just kind of that season for Joe Burrow and everybody. But what's
Yeah.
so great is very few, like, anybody could have that Cinderella year, whether they win or lose the title game. They can get there one time, but it's really incredible to see a head coach get a team, even if he doesn't make it back, to get a team really in good position to try to make it back on a consistent basis. That's
hmm
what makes it so incredible.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Georgia went to the SEC title 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Richt couldn't do that. He didn't go to the SEC title 3 years in a row. Kirby
No.
did. We might have won one out of those three, but like Kirby's been, you know, one of the best Georgia coaches we've had since probably Vince Dooley. I mean, let's be real
Yeah.
here. Kirby's got that Nick Saban standard, and I love it. Like
Yeah.
if if you watch the Michigan game, towards the end of the Michigan game, or towards the end of the third or second quarter, Stetson Bennett threw the ball out of bounds, and the clock clicked to 0. Kirby got on his butt and
Yeah.
yelled and screamed. We were up by 2 or 3
Big.
touchdowns, and still, he screamed and yelled at him. I love that passion from Kirby.
Yeah.
I love that Nick Saban instilled that into him.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that, Kirby has that Nick Saban attitude.
It definitely is. You make me think of I think it's like 38-10. I don't know, but we were beating up badly on Western Kentucky back in 2016, and there was a false start penalty, and the camera cuts to the sideline. We're up huge on a nobody West Kentucky team. A false start penalty. Actually, I think it might have been like 2 in a row, or it was multiple guys or something like that. But a penalty, and Nick Saban's chewing Lane Kiffin out on the sidelines, man. And this guy's up 50-0 practically over nobody. Like, you should not be mad in that situation, but it goes to show you the mentality of both of these coaches. Perfectionists. That now, nobody's perfect. They know that, but you try to be as close to perfect as you can be. You try to do everything right, execute, go out and win the day, and in this case, go win the football game,
Exactly, man. Like, you got to have that instilled in a football coach. Don't get me wrong. Mark Richt was a great guy. Great Christian dude. Like,
amen. Amazing.
Amen, for real. I mean, he loved the Lord, and I love the Lord too, and you do too. But if you want to win a national title, you can be a great Christian dude and be all that. But if you got to be on your team's butt constantly, 24/7, you got to show the passion, you got to show the fire. And that's why Mark Richt got fired from Georgia. We got tired of the same. I mean, we were winning 10 and 11 games every year, but
it wasn't going anywhere.
It wasn't going anywhere. We would not be in the position that we are in now if it wasn't for Kirby Smart. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Mark Richt, we would have never made it to. We might have made it to the national title, maybe, but it probably would have been a couple years down the road. But Kirby's done a great job. I mean, I'd give him an A plus, man, all the way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But he's, and especially again with all the recruiting and everything, he's a winner, and he's literally done everything for Georgia. The only thing left is to win the national title. And I've said this week, like, if he doesn't do it, he'll never do it. But I know that's not true. I mean, a lot of coaches do stuff like that. I mean, it took Saban like 2 different schools and a decade of coaching to finally get his. But, and I mean, I think Jimbo or whoever, like, it takes coaches a while. You got to be fit at that right school. I think he's at the right program. He's at his alma mater in Georgia. He played great defense at Georgia. He's a defensive mastermind. And he has a championship mindset and mentality. Now, this is his best team so far, clearly, and he might not have another team like this. Probably ever. That doesn't mean that he still can't win a title. He might win a title 3 years from now. It might take him a little longer. Oh, well, the team wasn't as good as 2021. How do you do it with this team, but you don't do it with the 21 team? Well, look, I couldn't answer that. But at some point, man, I believe Kirby's going to get it done for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Boss Stick says, why are y'all sucking each other off about y'all's team? We're not doing that, man. We're trying to have an actual, like, a good freaking Go Dogs. We're trying to have a really good show. And Sling Gyro, stop being so negative. You get off my lawn, turd. Florida sucks, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll bring this up real quick. So I was on the phone last night, and I always love calling up on Touchdown Alabama Magazine show, in my own words, with Mr. Stephen M. Smith. Not to be confused with Stephen A. Smith, a different guy. But I asked him 3 different questions about the game. The first one that I said, outside of Bryce Young, who would you say is the next offensive star to watch in this game for the Tide? Is it clear cut that it's receiver Jameson Williams? Because that's who I said. But he actually went after he said Brian Robinson. He had a 200-yard game against Cincinnati. He's healthy. He's back. He wasn't 100% healthy the first time around against Georgia. And he said if he had been, which I don't know if we could have really done much more offensively, but he said, let's say if he was, we give him the ball, he's, you know, he's running up and down on you guys, which I kind of said, I don't know with that defense, but he might have had a little bit better chance to be running the ball at least. But and then I asked him the same thing about the defense outside of Will Anderson, who's the next big defensive star. He said there's quite a few. But watch a guy like Dallas Turner. He's another outside pass rush. He plays on the opposite side of Will Anderson. He says he's just improved and gotten better since the LSU game. So you know, that's a guy I'm curious to see in this game. When you look at him, he has had 6.5 sacks on the year, 12 tackles. He's a freshman, 6'4", 245, dude. For a freshman, I think that's a pretty darn good size. He had a sack and a tackle in the Cincinnati game. He had a sack and a tackle against Georgia. He had 3 tackles in the Iron Bowl, 1.5 sacks against Auburn. He has not been a every game type of guy, but I do think that's a guy you could look out for on Monday night on the defense that I think a guy like Stetson needs to be aware of. And, I mean, would you trust – I mean, how do you feel about the offensive line in this game, man? Are you, like, really nervous? Could you see them getting it together? Because it looked like, you know, against the defense like Michigan, man, it looked like they stepped up big time.
Yeah, I mean, of course I'm gonna be nervous. I mean, it's a national title, but I just think the first go around, Georgia was on a high horse, and we needed to be knocked off of it, and Bama did that, and I'm glad they did. Believe it, I was pissed, but I'm glad they did. I'm glad they brought us back down to reality. I think that Kirby and Todd Monken is going to show Bama some different stuff. I mean, look at Georgia during the Orange Bowl. Kenny McIntosh drops back and throws the ball in for a touchdown to A.D. Mitchell. Georgia doesn't run trick plays like that. That's Todd Monken into putting in different type of plays. You know what I mean? Like weird plays. That's something you don't see from Georgia. We're usually cookie cut. So like, I'm happy that that we're doing that. I just think this game's gonna be different go around. Even if we win or lose, I think it's gonna be a close game, dude. I really do. I honestly think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, for it being a rematch in a championship, like even if like you always want Alabama as a fan to dominate the day, but can we be honest about something like win or lose? Don't you want it to be one of those edge of your seat type of games like 2nd and 26, which it doesn't even have to be in that fashion, but I would hope that it's a 4-quarter ball game and not over at the end of the third or at halftime. And it's not a 41-20, 3-touchdown game like we had before.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's not. I mean, I don't like games that are like that. I mean, if you blow us out, you blow us out. If we blow y'all out, which I highly freaking doubt it, we blow you out.
You better not.
I'll be happy if we blow you out. If we blow y'all out, then I mean I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna say that Bama can lick my nuts. But besides that, man, I mean it's gonna be a great game. I think Stetson will be ready this time around, hopefully. And if we win a national title, Stetson Bennett is getting a 30 for 30 on him. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
And you'll take back anything you ever said about him?
Oh, yeah. He'll be my best.
He's come through when he's needed to. I mean, what have you – so I remember you kind of talked about him last year, right? He played against Alabama last year in Tuscaloosa. He led at halftime. Then eventually, I don't remember what game it was where they made the switch to JT Daniels. That's the guy. And then, but where have you seen Stetson grow this year overall as a quarterback?
I mean, realistically, all year, man. Like he's done,
Yeah,
except for the Bama game. Stetson has got it done, and people are going to say, "Well, y'all didn't play real teams." Those real teams played against Bama during the regular season,
we're
and
both in the SEC. We practically play
exactly,
the same schedule.
exactly like Florida. No offense to Celine, but Florida took you guys down the wire. We beat the living shit
Good
out of
points.
Florida.
Yeah.
We beat the shit out of Florida. We beat
Look at Auburn. We
yeah,
both share a
4
rival. We
overtimes.
have something. We have something that we can agree on. Screw Auburn. Go on.
Screw Auburn, yeah, and 4 overtimes, dude, and we beat
Yeah.
the crap out of them. It was over. Tennessee. I mean, y'all beat them in the end pretty
Yeah.
bad, but they kept up with you guys. I mean, they kept up with us from the beginning, but besides that, we beat the crap out of them. So
Exactly, man.
it is what it is. So bye, Celine, you little turd. Talking about we're bored. We ain't gonna
So
sit here and shit talk. We're trying to have a good show here, you turd.
so when I look at the FPI predictor and everything, so let's just go ahead and actually break this down a bit. So January 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern time, Georgia and Alabama take the stage in Indy. Lucas
Mhm.
Oil Stadium, home of the Colts. Those are expensive tickets. Actually, I'd say for a championship game, I'm surprised it's not as low as 500 to start. But
Yeah.
it's a 2.5 point spread, favor of Georgia, which I don't blame them for making you guys the favorite. You're number 3, we're number 1, but they do see somewhat of a revenge factor and everything. 52 over under. Um, Overall, man, 58.4% chance that you guys win, only a 41.5% chance for the Tide. Would you agree with these percentages here? Is it too high, too low?
I
And
think
are you afraid that,
uh
I mean, look, Alabama's an underdog. They know they're an underdog too. Well, we already beat this. That's not it. They know. They know what people are saying, man. So
mhm.
how does Georgia go in as the favorite with everyone looking at them, everyone favoring them, and how do they not let Alabama use the underdog mentality?
they they just gotta play this game not like it's any other game. They gotta
Right,
play the game they gotta play the game of their life. I'm pretty sure Georgia is just as focused as Bama is right now. I'm pretty sure they're not sit back high mighty like they were. I mean, we weren't high mighty going to the SEC title game. Everybody
right.
had us built up. I don't like that we're the favorites. I don't like that at all. I like to be the underdog. I always like the underdog, fighting chance, you know. But man, Ballard, I don't know, man. Like that percentage is ridiculous right there. I would
It
give
is.
Bama
I could get it.
I would make it a 50-50%. 50%
Yes.
Georgia,
And
50%
if you
Bama.
aren't going to make it like that, I mean, I could understand if it's like 51 Georgia, 49 Alabama, and it's slightly for the dogs. Okay, makes
Yeah,
sense to me. But man,
yes.
y'all are almost 60%, and they're giving us like 40. I mean, it's like a 60-40 almost.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't agree with it. I think it should be 50-50. That's what I think it should be. Um, Bama as underdogs always comes through. Let's hope they don't come through Monday just for my Pete's sake. But
Yeah.
I just don't I don't like that percentage. I think it should be 50-50. I don't like the way they got I'm glad Vegas at least got it at 2 points, you know what I mean? I didn't think we were going to be the favorites. I really didn't. I would put Bama as the favorites because y'all beat us. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
but look at this is kind of like, and I'll also say this. Oh, well, Georgia's lost 4 straight to Bama or 5 or whatever with Kirby, whatever it is, right? Okay. Well, you also got to think we don't know other than maybe what one time did you play a team under Kirby Smart twice in one season with Auburn in 17, and we know
Yeah.
how it turned out. So maybe what Kirby needs is to play this team again. Maybe he doesn't, oh well, he had a year to prepare and he couldn't even take a year to. Maybe he only needs a month.
I
I mean,
I mean, we
Put
bounced
a
back.
little pep in your step. Hurry it up.
We bounced back after getting our butts kicked by y'all against Michigan. Now Michigan's not even. I mean, if you flip flop the Michigan and the Cincinnati game, I still think the scores are the same. I think y'all beat the crap out of Michigan, and I think we beat the crap out of Cincinnati, just because the SEC's dominant, and
Yeah.
we prove that SEC is the dominant factor. We SEC is the it program, it everything. I don't want to hear any Big 12 fans, Big 10 fans. I don't want to hear anybody. MAC fans, screw them.
Yeah.
SEC is where it's at, and we proved that in our games. I don't think that the outcome is any different. I think you see Georgia and Bama in the national title, whether y'all play Michigan or we play Cincinnati. That's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yes.
Man, I'm excited. I mean, I'm smiling right now. We haven't even hit I haven't even gone to church this weekend yet, and I'm ready for Monday. You know what I mean? Like, but
Definitely.
it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a good night, and win or lose, I'm always gonna be an Alabama fan. And quite honestly, I mean, if Alabama does lose this game, I'll stand up and applaud you guys because I know you guys have been on a mission, and Kirby has been working for the past 2-3 years, whatever it's been. I mean, he's been there for 5 or 6, but let's be honest, since 2017, it's been about 4 years. So,
Yep.
I mean, this has been maybe half a decade in the making for Georgia. And I know you've said you just want to see one, but look, it's one thing to, how do I put this? It's one thing for a head coach to win a national title. Let's say Cincinnati had upset Alabama and you're playing Cincinnati in this game in the championship instead, hypothetically, and Kirby wins it. You're going to say Kirby won a national title at Georgia. Kirby's a national championship head coach. But dude, it's a whole nother ball game when the guy on the sideline across from you is a national championship head coach and Nick Saban. How much of a bigger deal is this, man? If he wins, because not only, I mean, he practically does it all at once. He puts the dogs on top for the first time in 41 years. He finally beats Alabama. He beats his boss. A former assistant will beat Nick Saban. I know Jimbo already did it, but he would have lost. I mean, there's a lot that will unfold and aspire if Kirby Smart puts Georgia on top of the mountain on Monday night.
Yeah, I
You
mean
gotta think.
he'll definitely get over that big hump he's been. I mean, Nick Saban, like I said, Nick Saban's a standard, man. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm looking at it as like Nick Saban is freaking Darth Vader and freaking
Kirby's Luke Skywalker, right?
is Luke Skywalker, man. Like, come on, bro. I know you're my dad, but in a
Right.
way, but let's kick some ass. Let's win, man.
Vol Steak, I don't know if this is your score prediction, but that would be funny as heck if this was Alabama 6-5.
That'd be a weird national
That'd be
title.
the worst game in the history of football. I mean, don't get it wrong. I love stuff like that for defense, but with the hype around this game, if it's something like a weird, like what you had against Clemson or the 9-6 that we had against LSU, if not a single team scores at least 3 touchdowns from at least one of these teams, dude, this'll suck.
Damn, I mean, if
mean,
it's 6-5, I'm gonna be one pissed off individual.
Unless this is some I don't know if this is like the past 11 meetings or no, there's no way. I don't know what this 6-5 is, but if that's your score, Vol Steak, if you're right, I'll mail you $1 million whenever I get it.
Yeah, that'll happen when pigs fly and I shit a gold brick.
So Georgia, basically their program and Kirby Smart's job relies on the outcome of this title game. Like if Kirby loses, he is done.
No, Kirby's not going to get fired. You're crazy, dog.
I'm just following Jeff Webster. Where's the trash talking, man? I mean, seriously.
I mean, if we want to really get down into it, Ballard, I mean,
1980.
You can say 1980 all you want. I can say ULM all you want. How bad is it, Ballard, that you struggled to win against Florida and we blew them out? How bad is it that you struggled to win against Arkansas? We blew them out. How does it feel that you struggled against Tennessee of all teams and we blew them out?
There are rivals.
I don't give a shit. And it took you 4 overtimes to beat.
It's the Iron.
Terrible Auburn.
You seriously gonna bring up the Iron Bowl and you're gonna ask about the Iron? You never questioned the Iron Bowl.
We beat them in Jordan Hare. I don't
care. We beat them in Jordan Hare finally. Your rivalry with Auburn is nowhere near the level of what Alabama has with them. Never has been, never will be. Anything's possible when those teams get together. So this whole 4 overtimes, it couldn't be just a 4-quarter game for you guys. You had to struggle. Well, no kid. We always struggle at Jordan Hare. A lot of teams do. So what point are you going to get at?
That y'all fucking should have beat the hell out of them, but it took you 4 overtimes to beat them. We beat the hell out of all of our rivals this year, and you can't say Bama's our rival because they're really not. All I want to know is Monday night. Hold on. It's my turn, bitch. All I know is Monday night around 11 or 12 o'clock, your big titty ass will be eating oatmeal cream pies, crying into your Nick Saban pillow. That's all I know.
Crying tears of joy.
Crying tears of
because we're gonna beat y'all.
Yeah. Okay, Ballard. You think all you want, Ballard, but you're the elite or you're not elite. And I don't see Bama being elite in this fucking game. Hey, Jerry, that's cool, man. It is what it is, dog. I don't care.
Why did you lose in 2019 to an unranked South Carolina team that ended up being a 4-win team?
Because Jake Fromm threw 2 or 3 interceptions and Rodrigo had a bad day and missed a few field goals. Why did you lose the kick 6? Why did that happen?
Go to hell.
That's what I thought, Ballard.
You're really getting on my last nerve.
I
can't with the trash.
Why did Bama lose to a terrible Texas A&M team? And somebody called Zach Calzada.
You mean the same? You mean the same A&M team that after that Bama game won out the rest of their games practically?
Whoop-de-doo, Ballard. That same A&M team had a quarterback named Zach fucking Calzada. He was named after a calzone, and he beat y'all. What the fuck, Ballard? I mean, realistically here. Come on, man.
They were only a 2-loss team when we played them. And you want to talk, he threw over 2,000 yards this season. He threw 17 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions. I mean, come on, man.
Ballard, let's just end this argument here. You're a closet Georgia fan, and that's it.
No.
You love Georgia, and you root for Bama.
Why not Bama? Why not?
Because they fucking suck. Cock.
I can't. All right, let's just end the trash talking segment. Hey, we can't agree, though.
You a little bit of trash talk, Ballard. That's what the people want. You oatmeal cream pie, fat bitch. Come on. What are you doing, Ballard? Come on,
Why'd you run a fake punt? Why'd you run a fake punt with Justin Fields?
Because we were dumbasses. I mean, realistically.
How does he not work out at Georgia with Kirby, but he's able to go to Ohio State and make a national championship?
How is it that you guys lost to fucking Gus Malzahn? How did
you
Gus
did
Malzahn? Wait, hold on a second.
They blew you out.
Wait a minute, Ballard. How did Gus Malzahn outsmart y'all in a game? The greatest coach in the history of coaches. How did he get outsmarted by Gus fucking Malzahn?
So what you're basically saying is Kirby's nowhere near Nick Saban, so it's okay for him to lose to Gus Malzahn. 40-17 in 2017.
Yeah, but what happened in
It's
the
the
SEC
number one
title?
team, by the way.
What happened in the SEC title that game? What happened in the SEC title? What
You
happened
got
in the SEC
revenge.
title? Yeah, we beat the hell out of them. What do you think's going to happen Monday? We're getting revenge.
34-28, Bama. That's what I got.
Oh, that's what you're calling the final score? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my final score is 35-24 Georgia. Suck it, Ballard.
That's not bad. I'll give you prompts. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. It's all trash talk, man. You know that. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Go subscribe to Tik Tok Chess Hall too. You're a good friend, buddy. I know it's all just trash talk and everything, man. But
Oh yeah, you're good too, man.
you lost at home to South Carolina too. Let's not forget where that game was.
Oh my God, Ballard! You losing to South Carolina is better than losing to fucking ULM. How the fuck is that even possible? You just made a video this week where you picked Georgia to win it. Did you not?
Yes, that was me being.
Pause
that was
it,
my honest
Georgia fan.
opinion. We're trash talking now. We're
Pause
trash.
it, Georgia fan confirmed.
We're trash talking now, son.
Hey, I ain't your
I
son,
do have
first of all.
confidence. In my
Georgia's gonna be
preview
your
video,
fucking daddy when it comes.
in
When it
my
comes to
preview video, I was trying to be as fair, pure, honest,
shit,
and unbiased, no favoritism as possible. If I put myself in that position where I'm not pulling for anybody, I think Georgia is the pick. But because I'm an Alabama fan, you better know we're going to go in and beat y'all. And it's going to be the biggest upset, and you guys will never win a title.
Pull the dick out of your butt, Ballard. I don't even want to hear it, man. Pull the cock out of your mouth. Nick Saban's going down Monday. I said I wasn't going to trash talk, but I'll trash talk your little ass any day of the week. Georgia's going to beat Nick Saban Monday, and who knows? Nick Saban might retire after this year. What happens, Ballard?
You are so high.
Wait, Ballard.
Pass that long.
What happens if Nick Saban retires after this year? There's rumors going around. What happens?
He's not retiring.
What happens, Ballard? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when the dynasty dies? Are you going to come out? Are you going to come out and be a real Georgia fan like you're supposed to be? You are.
Alabama has been and always will be my team. Win or lose, I'm here. We could go 6-6. We could go 4-8. We could be 15. We could be the best. Ballard, we could be the worst.
If y'all went 4-8, you'd be hiding under the covers, jacking off, watching porn all day long. Let's be real here, Ballard. If Georgia wins, yeah, you'll crow up, and then guess what? You're gonna go away. You're gonna go away for a while. I know you, Ballard. I know you. I know it. I know it, Ballard. I know it. That's why you're quiet, because you know I'm right.
I'm reading comments.
Webster, you shut your mouth.
100 straight over unranked after that ULM game. 100. UGA lost to an unranked team 2 years ago.
What happened when you played Texas A&M? Were they ranked?
Hey, guess what? Tennessee's beat you more recently than they have Alabama. We beat them 16 years in a row.
So fucking what?
Tennessee is a dead program.
What does this have to do? What does Tennessee have to do with fucking the national title?
Is Georgia better than them? Is Georgia miles ahead of them? Miles ahead?
Miles ahead of Tennessee.
Huh? And you lost to them in 2016.
Okay, on a miracle fucking play, what does it matter? You lost to something called Zach Cal fucking Zada. Calzone. It's a food item, Ballard. You should know about it, you big titty bitch.
Oh my gosh. I love you, buddy. For real, man. I know it's going to be a good game, but
it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get the national championship paper that Tuesday.
I can't wait to go out and order a ring off Amazon that says we beat Georgia 2 times.
There is no ring on Amazon that's going to say that.
Back to back.
That's all right.
5-0 against Kirby.
Shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll happen when pigs fly, like I said, and a fucking unicorn shoots out my ass crack. Y'all wanted fucking trash talk. You fucking got it there. I wasn't going to say anything, but good God. There it is. You got trash talk. Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comment section's feeding us. Ballard, let's fucking end this before we end it in a fist fight, brother.
Y'all go subscribe to Tik Tok Chess Hall. Buddy, hey, it was great doing this show again with you, man.
Yeah.
You and I, we started this show, but I said it when I celebrated a year on here, but I can't thank you enough for wanting to start the Unprofessional Sports Show with me and everything. And it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. And thanks for doing this, buddy. It means a lot.
Dude, I can't say no bad words about you, Ballard. You're a good, I'd say kid, but you're like almost my age. You're a good dude. I've said this and I'll say this and I'll continue to say this. The Unprofessional Sports Show kept my channel going for a long time. And like I said, guys, this is the last time I'll be on an Unprofessional Sports Show. If Ballard wants me on an Unprofessional Sports Show, if I'm not got an obligation that day, I'll be there. If he texts me, I'm there. Ballard's my buddy. I love him. Fuck his team, but I love him.
Screw your dogs, but I love you.
But Ballard, go ahead and get that damn thing off the screen right there. Let's get our backgrounds. We got Georgia and Alabama Monday, 8 p.m. Ballard's going to be on my channel. You're going to watch the game with me and Trenches, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. I'm there. But I got one thing to say, though.
All that says you about to roll with the time.
You're about to roll a joint? All right, Ballard. Good talk, buddy. I'm Tik Tok Chess Hall.
I'm Ballard Sports Media. We love you guys. Roll Tide.
Go Dogs, baby. Woo!
Woo!